Hello and welcome back to Shokuho, and we are about to attack these guys from the Ito. However, there is actually a peace agreement that we need to take care of right now, and that is going to be from the Sagara. And you can see here, they're actually willing to pay us. I don't really want to do this. All things considered, this is probably not the best idea, but it is going to provide us with about, well, I would say probably, what, 30 days worth of peace? Maybe more than that, which is kind of decent. So we'll say yes. Just so that we can get someone off our plate. Obviously, that is Hitoyoshi, which I didn't really want to... You know, I didn't really want to give that up, but it then does kind of focus, or shall we say, refocus our efforts on where it's actually needed. And that is at the front line here versus the Ito. So we are going to be attacking this guy, and we'll see what we can do. All right. Oh, there is actually a very, very large army over there. Okay, we're going to have to be very, very careful. The problem... Okay, now, this is... Okay, never mind. Wait. I was actually going to get ahead of myself a little bit there. I was going to say, okay, we're going to have some problems, but actually, you know what? I don't think we will. And the main reason for that is that if I can defeat these guys right here, we can head straight in to Mifune Castle, and I will literally be able to do a siege defense, which would be extremely fun, in my opinion. I mean, imagine it. I'm going to have a literal gun inside a siege defense, which will enable me to earn huge amounts of experience. And I cannot wait for that. So that's actually going to be extremely, extremely cool. All right, so yeah, I'm going to just do this. Decrease ranged accuracy penalty. I guess this. Yeah, they both have that, actually. They both have that. So, yeah, okay, well, that's absolutely fine. I think I should probably let this guy do it, shouldn't I? I think I should... Yeah, he has 342 in guns. So I should probably let him do that. And then we'll just do this. There we go. All right. So this should be pretty simple for us. It just very much depends. We just have to make sure that we are in the right positions. Unfortunately for me, we're not in the greatest possible area. This is not a good environment for us to play in because there are so many trees. Unfortunately for the opponent... They do seem to have quite a few cavalry, as you can see right there. They've got about 46 or so, I think. So that's not that good for them. Not that good for them. But they are obviously going to still be rather dangerous. So we do still need to be a little bit wary of that. I am actually going to move my infantry over here. And we'll hopefully be okay. I'm just going to speed things along a little bit. Maybe we can get some people... Are they actually... Wait a minute. Are they actually charging? It feels to me like they're not... Wait a minute. Are they actually moving away? No. The archers are coming closer to us. Okay, the archers are coming closer. That's very, very strange. The cavalry is moving away from us, but they're now... Okay, sometimes... Okay, some of them are coming closer, some of them are not. I gotta say, I really do not like these small little trees on the battlefield. They are extremely irritating to deal with. Yeah, that's great, isn't it? Okay, so we are literally just going to do this. We're just going to do this. Skirmishing for cavalry, and we are going to be going ourselves into the enemy's lines. I am going to have some problems, I think, staying alive here. Because it's just generally going to be extremely difficult. It's going to be very, very difficult for us, I think. Going to tell my infantry to charge in as well. Bear in mind, I need to maximize as much as possible the amount of troops that can survive this engagement. If I can maximize that, we are probably going to be okay when it comes to the siege defense as well. If they even go for the siege defense, they might not even try to go for it. That's the question. We don't know yet. Okay? We don't know. One thing I have done though, which I do want to report, is that I have installed a mod that allows me to regenerate stamina, and I'm talking about smithing stamina here, of course, which allows me to regenerate smithing stamina while moving. And I thought, okay, I was actually very much on board with a lot of people's assessment in the previous couple of episodes, because there was a little bit of discussion about, you know, smithing stamina and how annoying it is, and so on and so forth. And then someone made a suggestion to have a bit of a balance between it, because obviously the infinite one, right, the infinite stamina is very strong. Just bear that in mind. Obviously very, very strong, very powerful. But I thought, okay, let's try out something a little bit new, because we haven't tried out this mod before, and this one actually allows us to regenerate stamina while moving on the world map. So we no longer just have to wait in a town. I can literally go to a town, I can do some smithing, and then I can run around attacking people however I want, and then my stamina is going to regenerate over the time of me doing that kind of attacking, which I personally think sounds really, really fun, because then it's kind of got a bit of a balance. We kind of have the best of both worlds, really, where we are still able to do the classic stuff, like we're still able to do smithing and we're still able to do all that stuff, and then we'll see what actually happens with that, because if we can make some good inroads on it, and I'm talking about, smithing stamina here. If we can make some good inroads and we can actually make good progression without installing infinite stamina, then I'll be pretty pleased with that. But if it does end up taking way too long and I have to, you know, consistently have issues with the stamina in general, then I may fold and just go for the infinite stamina, because at this point, I've played the game for so long that I'm not sure if I really care about the realism quote unquote realism aspect towards smithing, because in the grand scheme of things there are certain mechanics that you might have to be a little bit more, shall we say, lenient on when it comes to realism, because there's always something about a game, even if it is one of the most realistic games in the world, there's always something that you're going to have to compromise on in some way or another, because otherwise it is going to feel too much like a job. It's going to feel too much like a chore, and it's just going to be a huge unfun mechanic that is just really annoying. That's basically that's what I'm trying to say here, in comparison to what it should be, which is a game, and it is obviously supposed to be fun, right? It is supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be, you know, well, not fun. I'm very articulate. Yes, I'm very articulate today. That's great. Okay, so yeah, let's actually just continue to level up some of these guys. I'm not going to take anyone here. Basically pointless. And yeah, we're gonna take, actually we're not gonna take any of the loot, apparently. I was actually thinking that I was gonna take the loot, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna take some of the horses here, take the food, and then we'll move on. And I think I should probably go into the town as well. I think going into the town would probably be pretty nice, because well, actually I shouldn't do that yet, because obviously we do have a siege to do, but I gotta say, I'm actually a little bit worried about this, to be honest. I mean, we do have a lot of archers. Just bear that in mind. We do have a lot of archers, so maybe I shouldn't worry so much, but I am a little bit concerned, okay? I am a little bit concerned. Let's actually just see what happens here, because they may very well decide that they want to attack us, you know, just 100% completely attack us, which would not be too nice of them, but I wouldn't blame them, to be honest. I wouldn't blame them for it. So, let's see. I do have some Ashigaru, don't I? Yeah, I do have some. Let's just place a couple of these guys in there, just because maybe that's going to dissuade them a little. I highly doubt it is going to, but maybe it will. And yeah, we're just going to wait here for some... Oh, they're leaving! Oh, that's very surprising. Oh, they're just going to go and raid that village. Okay, so they're just going to raid that village. And they are indeed attempting to take Iwao Castle at the moment, which is not exactly great. So we're going to obviously see if we can... Well, I'm back up to full strength thanks to our wonderful medicine skill being extremely specialized in making sure that our stationary regeneration is so fast, which I very much appreciate. I think that makes a huge, huge difference. So, okay, well, I was not expecting that. I thought that they would come up here and actually try to murder us. Let's actually see what's going on, though. Okay, so we have a village that's being attacked by a literal vassal with only 75 people. That is really not very good for him. I'm going to go straight on in here and just auto-resolve against him. There is no reason for me not to. And we'll just take him prisoner. I'm going to be taking most of them prisoner, as much as I possibly can, at the very least. And the one thing... Okay, look. The one thing we have to be very, very careful of is the amount of prisoners we end up taking, because those prisoners, they are inherently going to slow us down, and we have to be very careful that we don't have a situation on our hands where we get ourselves completely massacred by someone just because they have like a faster moving patrol or a skirmishing unit that comes along and gets us into combat with this amazingly strong army here. Now, I could probably do damage to these guys. The question is, can we win? Can we win against these fellows? I think we might be able to. There's 470. That's the main problem here. I kind of want to go back to Kumamoto, so I am actually going to sacrifice the castle for the moment, just purely because I 100% believe that even if they are able to take it, which they will be able to, of course, it is going to reduce their overall... Oh no, we've gotten another thing declared war. Oh no. Okay, yeah. It is going to reduce their overall combat strength by a small margin, which I think is pretty good. You know, I think that's pretty good. As long as we can reduce their combat strength a little bit, that is going to help us out. Otherwise, I am thinking right now that I might make my way back to HINOE. Yeah, I might do that. We should probably also go into the smithy here and just do a little bit of smithing. And yeah, I'm actually... I've run out of hardwood by the looks of things. Okay, yeah, so we will literally just do smelting. That is all we are going to do. We are just going to do smelting 100% of the time. And... there we go, and I can also get a couple of other people here, and we can just have them do smelting too. But that's not really going to do much, as you can quite clearly tell. That is very, very limited in what it's possible to do there. But you know, it's having all the stamina. You know, it has all the stamina being used from everyone here. We could technically get other people to smelt as well, which might make sense. There we go. We're just getting all kinds of things unlocked, which is kind of nice. So let's just do that. There we go. I'm just trying to make sure that we get as many smithing parts as we possibly can, because this is actually providing us with massive amounts of hardwood, as you can see right here, because we have so many Yaris that they are literally... they're just converting themselves into massive amounts of hardwood. That's crazy. Okay, yeah, so now we can move. Now we can literally just move wherever we want, and I will continue to regenerate stamina, which I very much appreciate. Otherwise, I'm going to make my way back to Mifune, and I'm actually going to wait there for a little bit of time. I might... Wait a minute. I might go back to HINOE, actually, through the port, and I might try to get some more troops. Yeah, as it says here... Oh, look! There's actually a message here as well, and it says, has fully regenerated his crafting stamina. It says that now, in the text log. That is amazing. I love that. That is very, very cool. Alright, so we are now here, back in Ito territory. This is going to be extremely difficult for us because I am now in a situation where a lot of our fiefs are directly under siege, and I'm mostly talking about HINOE right there. As you can see, it has now just come under siege by the SHIMAZU. Now, this is very bad. Now, the main reason why it's bad is because I don't actually know how many people are in the army that is besieging HINOE. Because if I go back there and there's 1,200 people, I will never be able to defend that. Not in a million years. So we are either then going to have to be extremely, extremely careful, as in we're just going to have to play super, super cautiously and basically make it, I don't know, kind of like a war of attrition style thing. So we're going to basically have to be like, okay, I'm just going to let them take it, and then we're gonna make our moves after that, which I personally don't really like. I don't really like doing that kind of thing. I personally really very much enjoy doing those siege defenses and stuff like that. I think that's much more fun. I am probably going to get killed here, actually, so I'm going to just try to deflect a couple of things if I can, if the deflection actually works for me this way. And we're just going to move our... Whoa. Okay, we're getting quite a lot of kills. Surprisingly enough. Okay, yeah, so we got our ladders. We got our ladders up and running. So I'm going to... Horsey, do you... okay, our horse was like, yeah, I'm gonna block this ladder. Yeah, that's exactly what the horse is doing, for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why, but, yeah, apparently that's a thing. Yeah, that is indeed a thing. Okay, well, at the very least, I should be able to... Yes, here we go. Alright, I am so in. I am so in right now. Wow, I have to admit, this siege layout is absolutely amazing. Look at this. They are actually able to shoot us through these little gaps in the fencing, and we can't get to them. I mean, obviously we can shoot at them as well, but, you know, that is very much unlikely. And I think we should be okay here. We should be fine. But I'm still a little bit worried about this. I kind of need to inflict as much pain and suffering as possible, unfortunately for these guys, because otherwise we are going to be, I think, probably having quite a few casualties, and I don't really... I need to sustain us. I need to make sure that we do not have too many. If we have a huge amount of casualties in the end, it's going to be my fault, and that's going to be very sad. Here we go. Nice. Okay, kill that guy. And we can maybe eliminate these ones as well. I have to be a little bit careful here. I'm trying to play as efficiently and effectively and indeed efficiently. I know, I already said that. But I'm just saying, we need to stress the efficiency here. Otherwise, we're going to have some issues. And actually, wait a minute. Are these guys all just... Are they all just going to retreat? It seems like they're all just going to retreat. That's actually quite funny. Yeah, they seem to actually all be routing. Is it because of my Terra perk? I think it is because of Terra, actually. Do I need to actually hit this? No, this door is actually not even a real door. It is just a... it's a fake. It's a fake. You know, if you remember that. If you know... Do you know that? If you know where that's from, then by all means, you know, props to you, basically. You know, props to you from one of the best... One of the best shows of all time. I'm going to give you a hint. There's not a very good hint, to be honest, but yeah. One of the best shows of all time right there. Okay, so otherwise, yeah, we're good. We're good. And we did actually only lose 9 people, which is not exactly bad. Obviously, I did do quite a significant amount. I ended up killing 78 of the enemy's troops. And where are the enemies up here? Why are my forces having such a hard time dealing with these guys? There's only 2 of them. Surely that must be it, right? Or... Oh, no. Oh, what? What's going on here? Why are my forces having such a hard time with these guys? I have no clue. Oh, is it because they're stuck? My guys are stuck. Okay, I'm going to tell them to charge in. Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah. It's one of those situations where the enemy... basically stands in some place, some weird place that the AI on our side can't really deal with, dependent on their current orders. So sometimes you're going to have to tell them to charge in, and the actual charge is now done, as you can see right there. Otherwise, if I had done that beforehand, I probably should actually get into the habit of doing that, kind of like in the later half of the initial siege, I think we would probably do a really, really good job there. At least I think that would probably be the way to go. Okay, so we're going to take some damage from that. We did end up losing a few people, but that's okay. That's okay, because look at what we have going on here. We've got some more prisoners, and indeed I can take some more as well, but I'm not going to do that either. I just want to try to make sure that we move as fast as possible, because we need to get back to HINOE as soon as we can. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take this. This is going to be basically a distraction once again. Would I like to claim this fief? Because I am the first one that is getting it. Would I like to claim it? No, not really. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no here. I am going to place a little bit of money in here. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to go, because it's going to... I'm not sure if there's a vote or anything like that, because there is only one vassal. Just bear that in mind. We only have one, so I'm not sure how that's really going to be handled. But yeah, I guess we'll see. Alright, so we are actually getting a vote here, and we're going to give it to Jinzaburo, of course. Okay, so I have made my way back to HINOE. Now, here is the current map and the issue that we have right now. Well, we don't really have that much of an issue with the new people that have decided to declare war on us. They are the Mori, they are over here, and they have literally not done much at all because they are so far away. But as we know from other, other playthroughs, sometimes the AI is a little bit weird when it comes to attacking people, and I'm very much hoping that they're not going to be super bloodthirsty and trying to come after us, but there is always that possibility, you see. Anyway, we have the SHIMAZU here. As you can see, they are attempting to besiege this. There are some very large bandit parties nearby as well, which is quite funny. They're probably just waiting to pounce on someone, and indeed Katagawa Castle has now actually just come under siege, which is not exactly great, but that is indeed the entire point of us taking it. We need to distract the opponent somewhat. Unfortunately, I really didn't envisage being attacked by such a large faction like the SHIMAZU so early on. I was very much hoping that we would be able to at least eliminate two smaller factions before we had any kind of issue like this. Now, of course, HINOE has a pretty decent garrison. I'm actually not entirely sure how it has that much of a garrison. I guess I must have, I don't know, I must have just put a bunch of people, a bunch of random recruits and things like that in there without really realizing that I was putting in so many, but we have 230. Alright, so it is about time that we attack these guys. I was actually waiting for them to go in and become a little bit weakened. Unfortunately, that is not going to happen here. We are going to have to go in and actually deal with them ourselves. Otherwise, it's going to take way too long, and we're going to lose every little bit of territory that we've gained so far. And I personally, I don't know about you, but I personally don't want to go back to square one. I'd like to go and be on square 4 or 5, or however far we've actually gotten to. So yes, let's see what we could do here. Now, this is going to be very difficult. As you can see, we have 300 enemies on the field, and I have 109, which is not exactly good. However, we do have an extremely dense forest, and we might be able to make a good go of things with that. So, first of all, let me spread these guys out a little bit. That's not good enough. I need a little bit more than that. Thank you very much. Let's do something like this. There we go. 2 lines should be decent enough, I think. And we're just going to put these guys here, put those guys there. And then we'll put the infantry on the very side there. I don't really want to block off our archers, even though, to be fair, I do want them to be defended, but unfortunately, there's just nothing I can do about that. We kind of have to make these kinds of difficult decisions right now, and let's just see and hope, cross our fingers, that we're actually going to have a decent time. Gonna switch to my gun for a real quick second. I might be able to snipe one of these guys. Or you know, not, because the trees. The trees. There's nothing I can say about the trees, really. Okay, here we go. Nice. Oh, unfortunate. Unfortunate. I was really, really hoping that that was a hit on the actual vassal. That would have been amazing. Unfortunately for me, it was not. I think we did end up killing one of the horses, though, which I suppose is decent enough as it is. Okay, so we're actually ending up getting a couple of kills right now. There we go. Okay, let's actually tell our cavalry and horse archers to charge. I will do some damage with my... Oh, wow. I will do some damage, he says, as I almost die instantaneously. That's wonderful. Love that. And... Oh, no, don't. I was very close to dying there. Did you see that? Yep. I was very, very close to dying there. Okay, we're going to have to be... Well, I was going to say, we're going to have to be very careful. But no, actually, being very careful is not actually going to work right here. We're going to have to be even more careful than careful. Which is super funny. Okay, here we go. Wait a minute. Can I actually... No. Oh, almost died. I was trying to parry him, but no, it was too... Oh, nice. That was a nice hit. All right. Very nice indeed. Are we actually going to win this? Straight up? No way, right? There's no way we're going to win this straight up. That is absolutely impossible. Surely not. I don't think so, right? That doesn't sound like something that would happen to us. Oh, okay, I wasn't expecting that. I was actually thinking that these guys would not be focusing me down. Okay, so I've actually eliminated 200 of the enemy so far. The question is, do we want to retreat? We might be able to... I don't know. That's the thing. I mean, look at what's going to happen right now. We've already eliminated 200. We're losing a lot of troops right now. I'm actually going to retreat. Considering they're entrenched in their siege camp, I think we can probably take a little bit of time to rejuvenate ourselves and then come back in. Obviously, I'm not going to leave them alone, but... Oh, they're stopping. They're stopping the siege. Okay, we actually stopped the siege. That's fantastic. That's really, really good. At least that happened. Okay, that is all I was really asking for right there. Okay, the owner of Mifune Castle. What's going on with that? All right, well, I have no idea, but otherwise, let's take a look. Okay, we've got 30,000 here. I'm going to be selling quite a few of these things. I should probably just sell all of it, shouldn't I? Yep, just sell all of it. There we are. And then we'll get rid of all of this. We have so much loot. We have so much loot. It's absolutely crazy. Okay, so let's go into the smithy here as well, and we'll just do a little bit of extra smelting. As you can see, I actually did do some refining with the hardwood that we had because we had so much. It was just absolutely insane. And we are just going to do this, and then we're just going to be going here. And there we are. Just going to be doing as much of this as we possibly can. I really wish that I had the ability to kind of do this a bit faster, but you know, I do have quite a few companions, so it does make things a little bit easier for us in general, but it would be really, really nice if I could not have so many clicks to do, shall we say. Generally, yeah, you could use an auto clicker, of course, but I generally don't like using those just for other reasons. But yeah, anyway, these guys are going to go off. I'm not sure if they're going to come back or whether they're going to go... Maybe they're going to go to the castle. It would be so funny if they actually decide to attack the castle now. As you can see, look at this. Look at the stamina. Look at that. Look at that. We already regenerated our stamina, which is amazing. Look at that. Look at how crazy that is. I love that. That is so incredibly fun. Because now I can literally just do whatever I want to do. And we can just run around randomly and we know exactly what's happening, you know, because it tells you. And for me personally, I think those small quality of life improvements make all the difference in the world. Alright, so Mifune Castle is now... Okay, what? Okay, I thought we actually already did this, but apparently not. Alright, or maybe... Oh, maybe he... Did he take it? Did our guy, Jinzaburo, did he actually take it? Maybe he might have. That would be pretty cool, because that might have been the reason why we had some weird ownership thing going on there. But anyway, look at this. We finally reached 275. That's amazing. That is so incredibly cool. That means that now we have even more HP, which, well, in turn means that Bruce is actually not going to die that fast anymore. which is going to be very, very good for him, very, very good for me, and we can actually get stuck in a little bit more often, and we can have more fun, which obviously is the entire reason why I like doing that kind of thing. Anyway, I'm only at 50% HP, unfortunately, so we are going to have a bit of a problem here. I would like, if at all possible, you know what? I wonder whether I could do that. Do you think I can go in here and actually deal with these guys? I mean, I think I can probably win. I mean, I don't think it's impossible for me to win this. However, I'm wondering whether it would be a better idea for me to wait. The thing is, I don't really want this to get taken. I just don't know where Jinzaburo is. I need to actually check and see what he's doing, because I have no clue. And generally, it would probably be a good idea to know where your only vassal is, wouldn't it? Yes, it would probably be a good idea. Okay, so for a real quick second here, let's just... Wow, yeah, the trees are so thick, I can barely see what I'm doing. Okay, let's see here. Gonna have to do something like this. Oh, this is a... That's a rock and a half, isn't it? Rock and a hard place. That's redefining that particular phrase, is it not? Yes, certainly. Okay, let's get these guys over here, and like so. I have no idea whether this is flat or anything. Yeah, it is pretty flat, so me doing it this way is not very good. But, yeah, well, bear in mind, I am going to be... actually, you know what? Yeah, no, I can't really do that. Okay, I'm going to actually move my cavalry over there, off to the side. My infantry are already kind of off to the side there as well. And this is actually a pretty amazing bottleneck situation here, because there is actually another rock on the other side, kind of. So it's sort of, yeah, not really, funneling the opponent into this direction, which is kind of nice. Unfortunately, it's not as good as I would have liked, but, you know, it's gonna have to do. You know, it's gonna have to do. I did hit, you know, someone's mount there, so I guess that's all right as well. Even though, for me personally, I would prefer to get the gun skill. Thank you very much. Okay, let's try and see if I can shoot this guy. Nice. Oh, I love those. I love those kinds of situations. Whenever the vassal just thinks to themselves, I'm untouchable. I cannot possibly be killed. And then you just kill them in one hit. Absolutely fantastic. There's another one. Very nice. I generally could have gotten a lot more experience if I had shot a much more difficult shot, you know what I mean? Because the way that I shot him right there, that was basically point blank. Anyone could shoot anyone point blank, right? So, you know, it's not going to provide me with a huge amount of skill increase, any kind of skill experience or whatever. But yeah, we're otherwise just going to charge into the enemy's lines here. Just going to try and interrupt them, try to kill them. Oh, don't get shot in the face, Bruce. Yeah, I mean, technically I could take an arrow to the face probably, but I couldn't take any balls to the face. If I took balls to the face, that would not be particularly good. It depends on where they're from, though, obviously. And as long as they don't come in pairs of two, we should be all right. If they do come in pairs of two, we're probably just going to have way too much of a satisfying time, and Bruce is going to be out there in the tavern, or what do they call it? What do they call it in feudal Japan? Not the tavern. What is it? What do they call it? I don't know. I can't remember now. But in the drinking place, wherever they drink, you know. Hilarious. Yeah, you could tell that I've literally just played Bannerlord and various mainstream medieval sort of things, and I have no idea about the... What is it now? I can't remember the name. What is the terminology for that? It's so funny as well, because I know what it is, but I cannot for the life of me remember it at this time. That is terrible, isn't it? You know, it's like that phenomenon where, I mean, obviously this is a little bit of a different thing, I suppose, but it's like that thing where someone asks you, oh yes, what's your favorite, you know, X thing, whatever, you know, insert whatever thing here, you know what I mean? Like, what's your favorite movie? What's your favorite TV show? What's your favorite game? And then as soon as someone asks you that, you just go, actually, I have no idea. You know, I mean, some people are obviously going to have a straight answer straight away, immediately. But, you know, for the most part, whenever someone asks me that, I just go, yeah, I have no clue, because every single answer in the world escapes my mind in that instant. And then I, you know, look like even more of an idiot than I already am. So, yeah. That's great, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic. Gotta say, though, I am absolutely loving these environments. Look at how incredibly cool every single battlefield we've had looks. It is so incredibly fun to fight on as well. Anyway, we got another little bit of influence here, and that means, you know what that means? That means we're going to be leveling another vassal, or at the very least, ascending another one. At least I hope so. I hope we're going to be getting something like that. We're going to be capturing all of this. Okay, we do have a little bit of space here, so I am going to get a couple... Ooh, yes. I'm going to be taking these tier 4s, thanks very much. They are going to get converted very, very quickly, I think, because I do have very much increased speed when converting higher tier troops. Just bear that in mind. So I'm actually very much looking forward to that. I mean, higher tier as in tier 4s. I don't really want to take tier 5s because I think they're probably going to be a bit too difficult. Or at the very least, they're going to take a little bit too long, if you know what I mean. So I would prefer not to take tier 5s, but I can definitely take other things. So I'm very much looking forward to that. All right. Oh, look at that. Massive amounts of armor. I will take the rest here as well. Let's take that. There we go. I'm running around with way too much stuff, by the way. And, well... I'm still in two minds about, you know, I was very much vehemently against installing a mod that gave me increased amounts of money in the marketplaces, right? You know, I was very much against that just because I didn't want to imbalance the game so dramatically. But the thing is, I do have that loot, you know what I mean? I do have the loot. So maybe it makes sense that I would have access to those funds, you know, in general. But I mean, realistically, how much money are these merchants actually going to have? That's the question. Anyway, let's take a look and actually see what Jinzaburo is actually doing, because I don't know what he is doing. Can I actually see that? How do I actually see that, by the way? I think I just go to clans, right? Ah, there he is. Okay, so yeah, he is the owner of 2 castles, and he has 2 people helping him. They are both ladies, though, so basically he's the only one that's going to be out there doing things. And as far as I can tell, I've not seen him. I've not seen him, so I don't know whether he's actually taking anything, defending anything, doing anything of any note. So we're just going to have to, I guess, take him at his word and hope that he's actually doing something. Okay, what's it? Oh. They lost its civil... Okay, they lost the civil war, so you know, someone is giving up the throne. All right, and we have Katagawa Castle here. Technically, I would want to take this back. I think I will probably do that. But what I am going to do first is end this episode off here. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.